Hi Gemini, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Your key to the week this week is the Fool card. New things, new places, new people, new energies, new month, right? This is where you get to start over, and more importantly, your ruling planet Mercury, the little mischief maker, is newly direct. So as we start this week and we come into this week, that energy, especially for you, is going to start to really build, right? You're going to start to feel that, yes, I'm getting some of my mojo back. Now, that being said, Mars is slowing down to go retrograde. Won't go retrograde until the 28th of this month, but something for you to be mindful of, because you might feel that in the background as well. The reason I find this Fool card really interesting is you and Aries had this same card come out in the same position in the month ahead readings, and I always pay special attention to the Aries and the Gemini readings because Aries kind of encapsulates all in a sense, so does Pisces, but you know what I mean, right? And Gemini I pay special attention to because your sign rules the media, so sometimes what we see in the Gemini readings will play out on the wider world stage, and the fact that you both had the Fool card suggests to me that this week on the wider world stage we are going to see some new development that maybe, just maybe, nobody really knows what to do with, but they just have to kind of say, okay, you know what, this is a thing now, we'll adapt and adjust to it as the time goes through. Now, on a more personal level, this is for you, for a lot of you, this is a fresh start, right? Mercury is now fully direct at this, well, I say fully direct, it's still in shadow, but it's direct, so you're going to feel that sort of like, yes, I'm getting back to that momentum, I'm going to start to build it up. It's also likely that some of the moments that show up for you this week will be really enjoyable to you because Gemini is a naturally curious sign. However, you might not have anything in the memory banks or the wheelhouse for this. So if there are things that show up that you're kind of like, okay, not really sure what to do with this at the moment. It's kind of like, you know, when you see cats paw at something because they're not really sure, they're just kind of working out like what's going on here. This could be one of those weeks. With that said, if you are a continued subby, you know Rafi loves you. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. I would like to bless my deck of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. They help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your actions and options, this week you have the 8 of Cups. So for a lot of you, this is going to be not only a powerful week of discernment, but it's actually going to be a powerful week where a lot of you are making final decisions on the path that you are taking. So for some of you, this might be a very new development that comes in. You might kind of say to yourself, okay, well, we was, common as Mark Graf, we were going this way, but actually it feels better to change direction. And for some of you, this might be that you're pulling a complete 180. Don't let that be a problem. Don't let it be a thing. You're a Gemini. There's nobody more mentally dexterous than you guys. Apart from maybe a Libra, you know, all the air signs really. I mean, Aquarius is just like, yeah, out there in the cosmos somewhere. All jokes aside, for some of you, this could be like a really big change of mind, potentially a change of heart as well. If you find yourself backtracking on old ground, this could come very much by surprise for some of you. But for a lot of you, whatever you're initiating this week or whatever's showing up for you, it does appear that you are going in a very different direction to the one that you set out on. For your communications and conversations, you've got the 5 of Swords. Okay. So communicating this to others might be a bit of a challenge, right? The 5 of Swords is fraught communication. You've got this here with the 8 of Cups, which means either a friend, a colleague, somebody that maybe you're quite close to either has a gripe or disagrees with some of the moves that you're making, potentially because it's, you know, the complete opposite of the way that you were going the first time round. What this also suggests to me as well, because you have the Fool card above this, this is likely to be a challenge, an argument, or a dispute that comes up, and you might be like, why is this even a thing? You may not, like, whatever it is that this person's gripe is, you might genuinely just not get it. It might be one of those times where you're like, okay, I get that you're pissed. I really just can't understand why this is so important. And it's not that you're being ignorant. If I'm completely honest with you, I kind of feel like this might be because You know, like sometimes when you don't take a certain path and people are annoyed because they told you to do something that they think is best for you. This could be that, so just be careful. Now, when it comes to those of you that are studying or in some form of academia, this week for you guys specifically, if you are studying, if you're at college, university, etc., do be mindful of the changes that you're making if you're in a group setting, all right? So like if you're on a group assignment this week, that might be where this comes in for a lot of you, because it's like, and you know, if you've kind of told everyone, well, you know, I'm doing this part and it's going to be like this, you need to check that other people haven't actually based what they're doing on what you're doing. So you need to, like, this would do what you do best, open up a dialogue, all right? When it comes to those of you that are employed by somebody else, honestly, the stuff's about to hit the fan at work, and this may be an argument that kind of erupts in front of you. I would not get involved. I know you're a Gemini, I know you love a little bit of drama, and I know a lot of you like to reason and puzzle things out. However, you're going to see this week that the people that are having said argument or dispute, there's no rationality there. All right, and it's really important that you don't allow yourself to get sucked into and triggered by it for any reason at all. For those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, now when it comes to current and past clients, this is a time for you to look at the correlations, and this is something that you do really, really well, because you might be putting or implementing a change here. You're probably about to see maybe some of the people that you've worked with previously look at your new direction and be like, oh, well, where do I fit into that? They might not. Sometimes that's the way that it happens, you know. What else can I say? Just be aware. For your also, for those of, so for the new clients that come in, for those of you that are business owners, the new clients that come in this week, sorry, it's like I was just about to move on and then it's like, this just in. For the new clients that come in this week, what's on offer is not negotiable. Neither is the price. It's this for this. Done. All right, there's no opening up and adapting or adjusting. Don't do it now because you'll end up doing a lot more of it later. For those of you that are retired and no longer working for any reason, honestly, because you've got that 8 of Cups in the actions, your change of heart, again, may not be well received. If this is in regards to a family issue or argument that's taken place, you might have been on one side of the fence. You've had some time to air it, to percolate it, to really, you know, run over it in your mind, to let the Mercury retrograde do its thing. And now you're seeing things from a different point of view. And, you know, it may come across as, well, you know, you can't just switch sides. Well, no, I'm not. I'm looking at things from a different perspective and now I'm changing my mind. Be aware this could come up. For your love and relations, you've got the King of Wands. For those of you that are single, you are possibly meeting a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, that is fun, gregarious, but is all about their business. This is somebody that really knows what they're doing. Potentially, you might have a little bit of a precognitive moment around this person. So maybe through a conversation with them or an interaction, or maybe just watching them from afar. There's a moment where you're kind of like, okay, yeah, I can see how that fits into my own life. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in long-term commitments, I really like this, but I would say when you're mixing and mingling with other couples, with friends, where you're mixing your personal relationship with your platonic friendships, there might be a little bit of a friction here. And, you know, sometimes that's the case. Our partner and our friends don't necessarily get on. You don't necessarily have to choose, and some aspects of your life really aren't meant to mix, all right? For your money and materials, you have the 8 of Pentacles. There's a lot of hard work ahead of you, my dear Geminis, but it is all worth it. For those of you that are, I mean, when it comes to the money, with the 5 of Swords, for some of you, if you're employed by somebody else, you might be having a conversation with a boss to say, listen, The workload versus what I'm getting paid is no longer stacking up. What can we do about it? For those of you that are business owners, maybe you're adapting your prices this week and some of your old clients don't like it. For all of you, when it comes to your money, even those of you that are retired and no longer working, money really this week is going to be, it's through your services, right? Whatever they might be. That your resources are sort of highlighted. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, your digestive system is highly sort of coming up here. For those of you that are, and then when it comes to your home and environment, especially with the Eight of Swords, when it comes to contracts, leases, mortgages, etc., this is a time for you to look around or shop around or negotiate. All right, this is a time where you need to be a bit more proactive around these things. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic week. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.